Hello, Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Sid Meier's Civilization 6 in our Glory of Rome series. So we are moving on Alexander's capital right now. He is capital of Skopje, which is just all kinds of wrong. That might have leveled the spearmen up. Thanks for that, guys. Yep, leveled the spearmen up. That's perfect. Now we can give them a promotion that'll help against melee units. And they have some archers here that these legions can hit, do some damage to.
And all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by.
So we're in a very good position now as we enter this episode. Let's see, let's go ahead and hit these guys, deal some damage. Definitely promote these spearmen, give them thrust. Extra combat strength versus melee units is going to be very, very important to have. And then let's go ahead and move the various other units I have here into place. Let's move these archers up. We'll have these other legions come in to surround the city, kind of from the side. We'll need to be careful about Budapest there, but should be okay. All right, these archers might even get a promotion from killing this unit off. Let's see. Please get a promotion, please. Damn, just shy of it. So one more combat and they'll be good. Oh, this legion is promotable too. Very nice. I didn't notice that, so we'll do that next turn. So that'll give them the ability to defend a little bit better against the ranged attacks. Let's go for currency, so we can have more reasons to get gold. I do want engineering so I can have the Bath District and the catapult, but right now I feel like we don't need it as much as we need the money to ensure our economy stays strong. Meanwhile, we are building a bunch of farms in the area of Mediolanum, so Mediolanum is finally going to start growing faster, like some of our other cities. All right, this builder... Yeah, why don't you come down here and improve those fish for Corrales. Corrales is going to be quite the Roman city. It's already positioned to grow very quickly, be a production and economic powerhouse. So I'm excited about that. We're going to found that city there. And there's some citrus. That's perfect, actually. So let's go ahead and give that order. There's a bunch of mountains nearby, so we'll be able to have some nice science and holy districts and such. All right, so Arabia is scouting out this area. They might be thinking about settling around here. And they might have some settlements south of Carthage. I don't see anything yet, but they might. Alright, unsurprisingly, they tried to attack my legion. Oh, crap. I did a lot more damage than I thought it would. Ooh, a lot more damage than I thought it would. Alright, we're going to have to back them off. Ooh, I'm glad they lived. That was close. Okay, Alexander is getting more and more desperate. He realizes what's happening. Sure. So, Gilgabro... wants some of our wine. He's giving us gold per turn for it, so we'll take it. And our gold income should now be above 10 again. Perfect. All right, so we definitely need to swap these guys. All right, let's give these guys fortis so they can defend themselves a little bit better. Pella can't quite purchase anything with faith just yet, but we'll be able to soon-ish. Let's go ahead and do a granary there so we can grow faster. Speaking of growing faster, let's go ahead and... Yeah, we actually do want the city to literally grow faster, so food focus for you. Let's make sure all of our cities are on good focus at the moment. Massalia is not, but again, there's not much of a difference being made right now given the tiles that it owns. Rome is on food focus, which is where I want it. Corrales should be on food focus. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and you need to improve those fish. That city's just going to be amazing. All right, let's move you down here and move you out. So that unit's going to take a little bit of damage as well, but that's fine. All right, we're going to heal that archer up in Praga and leave them there as a good defensive measure. I've got some truffles down here too, so there's actually a couple spots we need to colonize along the south. And that's part of our territory we need to take anyway for our victory objective. So we'll try and get another settler down there pretty soon. We can't build it in Rome, though, because we need Rome to hit 10 population so we can build the entertainment district. It would suck not to get the Colosseum. I always get mad when someone beats me to it on this map. Okay, so he has cannons now. We definitely need to take him out. But we'll be able to pretty soon, because these legions will be able to do a ton of damage to the walls. I'm surprised he has cannons already. It is 1500 BC. I can't wait until a reliable mod or just update to the game comes out that allows you... Let's do incendiaries. That allows the player to, you know, make the calendar sync up much better with the ages of history and such. Because right now, no such thing exists, and it's very frustrating. Alright, let's go ahead and get some additional experience for these guys. Let's finish off that warrior with this legion. Finish off those archers with this spearman. And that way I can move these legions in. Alright, so this is going to be a pretty staggering defeat here for this legion. Matter of fact, I'm going to wait until we can attack with more units at once, because right now they're going to be able to do a good amount of damage to me next turn. So I'm going to have them fortify so they can take a little bit more heat. We haven't really needed another spearman yet, have we? I guess I'll train one more just to be safe. It'll pop up there, but just put the battering ram to sleep. Don't need it to do anything. Move you there so you can't get fired on again. And what do you have? That's right, we're still exploring. So we can use that unit to explore for a good while. Let's get our scout back out. Excellent. All right, Corrales is now growing even faster. All right, that was our last charge with that builder, though. So need to keep building builders. There's still plenty more tiles that I can improve in my territory. Ooh, okay, it's got a Hetairoi that just popped out, but the Hetairoi is going to be right next to this spearman unit here, so that's perfect placement to do some damage to him. Couldn't be more perfect. All right, so that unit, damn. All right, so I'm going to have to fortify them, and hopefully they'll live. The spearmen may actually be able to finish off the Hetairoi this turn. We'll see. Yeah, they're going to do a lot of damage. You really chose the wrong unit to attack there. You put your units right in the path of spearmen in their cavalry. Why would you do that? That was a really dumb move. Just saying. Alright, now I'm going to hit the capital so they can't fire on me anymore. And it should fall next turn, I would imagine. I'd be shocked if it didn't. Now, I can actually... Let's just see. Let's have this legion fortify, because I want to see if I can get them to survive. I think I'm going to lose this legion. I don't know if there's a way around it. Let's have these guys fortify as well so they heal up. But at least we're taking Alexander's capital. We are doing more damage to him than he is doing to us. Oh, shut up. Ostia has been founded. Is that the correct city name for that spot? Not really. This is more like... Hang on, I'm looking at... Yeah, this is not Ostia. That's not right. This is Icosium. Done. I can go ahead and purchase Ancient Walls, but I don't think I need to. I'd rather go for... When's the granary going to be ready? 160? Let's work on the monument and then buy the granary with faith there in a bit. Yeah, we'll keep you on food focus for now. That city needs to grow. I'm going to use this quadrireme to kind of see what Spain's up to, because it doesn't seem like Spain is being all that expansive. Spain might be easy to conquer, which is fine by me. Might be an easy target after I finish with Alexander here. And hopefully I won't lose too many units. Okay, here's the moment of truth. Will they survive? Actually, they might. No. Yeah, they didn't get a promotion, but it looks like they might survive. Yeah, they didn't fire with their archers for some strange reason. And Skopje can no longer... Skopje, however it's pronounced, can no longer fire on me, so let's go ahead and continue to attack with our archers. Let's move the Legion down a bit, so they can be out of range of anything that can hurt them. Fortify the spearmen, and then this would be a major defeat if we attack this turn, so we need to wait a bit. But we're going to wear down that city pretty quickly, I think. We need to get it surrounded so it doesn't actually regain health, though. Don't have any horsemen yet. Encampment training, great general points. Holy site prayers. Yeah, let's do encampment training. Give us some great general points. If we can get a great general a little bit sooner, that might be best. All right, Massalia, definitely going to build a harbor here. Put it right there. It'll be a +3 gold harbor, now that we have the option to build those. And remind me, actually. they made some changes in the last patch to make harbors a lot more. Yeah, there's adjacency. Yeah, +1 trade route capacity if the city does not yet have a commercial hub district. So yeah, that's one of the major changes they made to make harbor cities much more effective. So it doesn't stack with commercial hubs, but it definitely gives you additional trade route possibilities. All right, and then I want you to come down here. We're going to explore in that area and see what else we can find. And by you, I'm referring to that quadrireme. Speaking to the units individually. I want you to do this, and you to do this, and you to go over here, and you to conquer this empire, and such. Alright, so, ooh. Alright, Spearman's in a little bit of trouble now. Matter of fact, if they continue to focus on that Spearman, I might lose him. That's unfortunate. Alright, so they just had a new... I am pleased to see the great minds of the world prefer our empire to yours. Screw you, Russia. I'll make you regret that eventually.
Money, if it does not bring you happiness, will at least help you be miserable in comfort.
Does anyone else giggle every time that quote starts with Sean Bean just going, money? Every time, man. It just makes me laugh. Alright, so let's see if we can finish off these Hetairoi with our archers. As much as I want to keep hitting the capital, I want to make sure that we wear down any units that they put in the area that could do additional damage to me. Let's definitely get these guys in position, and hopefully the archers will back off a bit. I could hit... Ugh, yeah, I'd rather have them fortify. Yeah, we're in a bit of a dicey spot. I don't want to lose any units, but we might not have a choice. Let's see about getting... Yeah, we need to get these archers into play to defend this line a little bit better. Horseback riding should be next. Yep, we don't have any horseman units. Yes, we haven't really needed them, but we will soon as our territory expands. We need military units that can move rapidly. Let's definitely build a shrine in Praga so we can produce additional faith. Same in Anapons. So it looks like both of our holy sites finished around the same time there. And an additional envoy. Oh, this is perfect. So now, look, we've got 4 trade routes instead of 1. So we're going to be building some traders next turn, and that's going to change the game. Actually, wait, we need to go back, because that, you never know, that could be an actual, that could be a goodie hut there. Can't tell you how many times I've skipped going over a single tile like that, and later found out that there is actually a goodie hut. So, just for the record. Oh, interesting. Greece actually has a religion going. Dodecatheon.
Man suffers only because he takes seriously what the gods made for fun.
Oh, Alan. So true. Alright, so let's see. Alan Watts was a amazing man. So let's see. I'm not really producing as many units, so I think I'd rather go for the holy site adjacency bonus thing right now, because having additional faith from all of these holy sites I've built is going to be so helpful. So this is 26.2 now, but give it a second to recalculate. Yep, 37.6. Nice little 33% increase there. Or no, that's actually more like a 50% increase. Nice. All right, so military training, raid, veterancy, 1 envoy. Okay, nice. Great person. Ooh, great scientist. We're also closest to getting a great general. Omar Khayyam. Yeah, let's go ahead and get him. Your knowledge of education has advanced considerably. Very nice. I do need temples, that's for sure. So let's go ahead and start building those. And we have an additional envoy as well. Let's go ahead and put an envoy in with Mohenjo-Daro, because we need the additional culture in our capital. It's not going to show this turn, but it'll show next turn. Okay, there's some gold. Not a goodie hut, but at least some gold, so we know it's there. Yeah, let's swap these guys, because I don't want to lose that spearman. And then I suppose we do need to surround the city. So I guess I should start moving these units down a little bit. There we go. We've got it surrounded. All right. Just lowered his religious influence a bit. All right, so now the city can't actually recover per turn. It's going to fall probably this episode, I would imagine. All right, so we've got the Eureka for medieval fairs and astronomy and stirrups. Not bad. Having the Eureka for astronomy is never a bad thing, ever. All right, yeah, having this quadrireme to scout the rest of this area is going to be good. Can finally see more of Europe. Oh, crap. Yeah, I forgot we were in range of Bucharest there. All right, he's getting pretty desperate. He knows he's in trouble, but nothing he can do about it, really. The thing is, his capital... Oh, stop it, dude. I really couldn't care less what you think. the thing is, his capital is not that much more powerful of a city compared to his other cities. So it's going to be a bit of a slog taking all these, and we might eventually get our catapults ready so we can do a little bit more damage. All things considered. Alright, let's fire with you this turn. I'm going to put this experiment in Pella for now. Oh, and we were going to purchase, I think, here in Icosium, we were going to purchase this granary with faith. Right, so let's do that. Alright, this battering ram can just go to sleep. And we need these legions to rest. We can hit the city pretty hard, but I want to make sure that... I actually probably need to get these guys in here. We'll do that next turn. We can hit the city pretty hard, but I want to make sure my legions don't get too weak in the process, because then if another nearby Macedonian unit attacks, I could lose a unit. So I'm trying to be careful here. I want to make sure my units get promoted, get stronger, and just get trained up in general. You need to get through Valletta's waters, but Valletta's got a lot of units in the area, so it's going to take a little bit of effort. I'm hoping to get a great general when this encampment training finishes. Ooh, archers. Interesting. So these guys need to fortify so they can take some hits. I'm not going to move them back to Bucharest, though. They'll promote in a second, and next turn they should get a promotion if those archers fire again. So it'll be okay. Alright, so at this point, yeah, there's that. Fire, fire, and it would appear there are some additional Hetairoi. That's actually not good, because I don't really have units in place to defend against them. So I'm just going to keep these guys fortified and hope that they can take the hits. Can you move there? Yes, you can. Move there, and then keep scouting. Perfect. Good to finally be uncovering a little bit more. Yeah, Spain has done nothing. They're not expanding. Not sure what's happening, but maybe there's an AI agenda that is like they're not expansive or something like that. Yeah, these guys are taking a pounding, but the Hetairoi did too. There's another Hetairoi in Skopje though, so and it's fully healed.
A man on a horse is spiritually as well as physically bigger than a man on foot.
Alright, so we have the stable and we have the horsemen. Let's go ahead and just keep you fortified, and then we can fire on this guy with the archer. So no more damage can be done there. Good. Another promotion for that guy. Which should also happen for these other archers in a bit. At least for this one. Let's move that spearman there. We'll eventually get this spearman up close to where it can do a little bit more damage if those Hetairoi come out. Okay, what do we got? Mathematics. Let's go for engineering so we can get the catapult and the Bath district. Ought to be good for Rome, because, you know, it is kind of a Roman thing. Let's go for a temple so we can have a couple of cities that are producing more faith, as well as giving us access to apostles. Yeah, let's do one here too. Why not? Just start working on it, because we're getting so much faith right now, and we can improve our cities faster by building all these additional buildings if we have more faith production. So it's good to go ahead and focus on that. Also, I think our religion has Jesuit education, right? I went with that. So, yeah, it totally does. For library districts and... no, we're fine, dude. We're going to have more traders soon. Actually, I forgot I need to build more traders, don't I? I only have one trade route set up. It's fine that I'm doing the... For the reasons I just explained, it's fine that I'm doing the temples first, but we definitely need more traders soon. Alright, this archer needs to be given volley. This archer also needs to be given... Oh yeah, definitely incendiaries. Nice. Alright, so I would imagine if we can get these guys healed up for another turn or two, we can probably just send them all into the city in the next turn or two and be good. In the next 2 or 3 turns, rather. Let's do... What do we think? It's 163 faith. We're going to be able to buy a watermill outright there pretty soon. Yeah, just build another temple. Let's work towards building up just a ton of faith as rapidly as possible. Let's actually start scouting up in this area, too. Let's see what England's up to. Doesn't seem like they've expanded very far either. It's 1320 BC, turn 135. Okay, we've got a Hadrian that's moved up here. So we're going to need to move this spearman out and do some damage. Also, just to make sure he doesn't hurt my archers, let's go ahead and fire on him a little bit here. As much as I hate to use my archers on anything else... What are you doing, guys? Oh, the combat animation's still loading. 1 second. There we go. And Pella can fire too, so can you go ahead and finish him off? No, but you can do some damage, so let's do that. I want to protect my units to the best of my ability. And I can't pillage that trade route for some reason. Yeah, it's not giving me the option, but I can pillage the cattle if I wanted to. I'm not going to. I want to try and keep this city in good shape so it can transfer into our control pretty seamlessly. Let's have this guy fortify. Minor defeat. We can probably hit Scopie next turn, I think. Just trying to be careful about my units. Maybe a little bit too careful, but... Aha! Look who we have down here. Oh, no, wait, that's actually... That's Arabia. So where's Egypt? I know from what people were telling me in the comments a few episodes back that Egypt is in the game. There's some rumors that I missed. Because, again, I don't find that system is presented very well at all. Ah, big surprise. They're attacking the archers with their Hittite in town. It's just got them a little bit more experience, though, so no problem with me. He's definitely trying hard to keep me from taking the city. I gotta give him credit. This unit's actually about to die. I have to be careful. Good. Another archer promotable. That's actually 3 level 3 archers that we have now, which is great. It will make taking the rest of this pretty straightforward. Yeah, let's do garrison, just in case it's needed. Let's finish off that apostle. Yep, switch places there. Yeah, I'm going to start hitting the city, because we need to do some damage to the city, given that he's doing a good enough job keeping my legions from healing. We'll go ahead and use this legion to attack. Let's keep this one fortified. So that's going to do a lot of damage. Once we have catapults in the fray, that'll be a little better too. So this capital is going to take a while to fall, but I think the future cities will fall a little bit faster. Let's fortify you up. Can't fortify you just yet, because we need a turn to pass, but we'll get there. Yeah, where's Egypt? This is Arabia. Egypt might have been conquered. Alright, so they have an additional Hittite that just trained up in Skopje. So they're trying hard. Credit where credit is due. And that might get a promotion for that unit. Awesome. Oh, crap. Oh, crap, I might lose that spearman. Refuse deal. Ah, man. Okay, they actually have finally produced an effective defense force. What took you so long, dude? I mean, I guess he does have other cities that he can produce units in, so I've been taking so long to take his capital that... Alright, good. Spearman is promoted. Let's go ahead and give them additional combat strength against cavalry, because they, I feel like, are about to get charged. Meanwhile, Pella can fire on these guys. These spearmen can come in that direction. How much health do they have left? Because I'd rather use my archers to fire on the capital and try and take it this turn. Yeah, let's do that. And then looks like I can fire on these guys, but they're pretty weak. So let's just hit the capital. Stalemate if I attack with these guys. I want to get the weakest legion into the capital so it's protected. So maybe if I hit with this one first. That would be a decisive victory, as would that. Well, crap. In that case, hang on. Here's what we're going to do instead. I'm going to actually I'm going to hit these guys Hopefully Thieves won't be strong enough to finish off that legion. I just want to get these guys a little bit further away from harm. I can't remember if pillaging pastures improves health the same way that pillaging farms does. Could have pillaged that trade route there. Missed the opportunity. But yeah, let's go ahead and take the capital. So that didn't quite go according to plan. I was trying to get my units healed up. I wasn't expecting him to finally produce a viable defense force. I was comfortable with the fact that he hadn't managed to do that yet. Thebes may be able to fire on me there. I doubt they'll be able to because there's hills. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, he's going to be tough to beat. Because he's going to have a lot of territory in Central Africa that probably no one has really competed with him for. And yes, we're going to keep the city. We're also going to rename it. Well, that is the appropriate city name, I think, for that area. Hang on, let's have a quick look. No, this is the capital of Macedonia. Let's set history straight. This isn't the correct location for Pella, but let's rename it to Pella. Because I agree with that suggestion from the comments. And then also, we do need to... Looks like I can go ahead and purchase ancient walls with faith. Let's do that. So Pella is better defended. And also... Oh, wow. There's the cathedral because of the religion of Pella. What does the cathedral do? There's, yeah, room for great works of religious art. Why don't we go ahead and just do a granary for now, though, because I need that city to grow when it's in better shape. And then this trader, this is the one that was in Enipons. I want to keep you trading there. Trade with, actually trade with Pella, because that's going to bring in a little bit more gold. Our temples are almost done, so we'll be able to start building those additional trade routes. That could not come soon enough. We really need that badly. Scout can stay there. Quadrireme, just scout out. Alright, so this is Ireland here. Alright, so we control Pella. We need to hit Thebes next. Or maybe Bucharest or Budapest. I don't know. There's all these cities we need to conquer them. Okay, this spearman could be in trouble. Yeah, he's gone. Damn! I knew we were going to lose at least one unit there. That's a shame. But we'll have to train up another one. Once we get the additional trade routes going, we'll have the income for it, no problem.
Those who in quarrels interpose must often wipe a bloody nose.
Your progress towards divine right.
Those who in quarrels interpose must often wipe a bloody nose.
30% production towards encampment districts and buildings for that district. Okay. That's not bad, but I'd rather have conscription right now. Plus 2 gold from all trade routes could be better than one of these things, honestly, because we're about to have a bunch of trade routes. Let's not do it just yet, because the trade routes aren't established, but I might want to move towards that later on. Let's do Tortoise for that legion, for obvious reasons. Let's give... Oh, you have a promotion as well. Let's do Battle Cry for you. Any other units promotable that are lying to me about it? No. But I do want you to fortify so you can hopefully be spared some damage. Now we need to move forward a little bit. Yeah, I don't want to move that archer forward just yet because he could be in serious danger if I move him forward. I don't want to lose any of those level 3 archers if I can help it. Let's do defensive tactics next. We can get the mausoleum at Halicarnassus and hopefully build it. We'll see. Yep, Trader in Mediolanum, absolutely. Trader in Massalia. We're going to build those as soon as we can. Need a harbor before we can do a trader in Corrales. Let's go ahead and do that. Nice. Again, that's going to be a hell of a city for us. Now we have an additional envoy. Additional faith through Armagh. Or Armagh, or however you pronounce it. So this would be +2 faith in the capital, and then the next stage would be +2 faith in every holy site district. And I have a lot of holy site districts. Your cities have full housing from water as if they were all next to a river. That's a nice suzerain bonus. Let's go ahead and go for the faith one, because it looks like they want us to train a legion as a quest. And if we fulfill that, what's the other quests? Religious conversion, send a trade route to Valletta, send a trade route to Hattusa. Alright, so we can get another envoy with Valletta just by fulfilling that quest. Battering ram can sleep. Legion can... Actually, you know what? Let's move them back to where they're protected, because they're one of our weakest units in the area. Okay, so there's Armagh. Yeah, they just want me to train a legion. I'll get an additional envoy with them. So I'll work on that in Rome. Actually, Rome is about to get its 10th citizen, so we can, before I do that, let's build the entertainment district so we can work towards the Colosseum, which will go there on top of those horses. It'll suck to lose the horses, but oh man. Come on, guys, hold it together. Hold it together. Okay, he's willing to give me a good bit for open borders. I don't want to give him open borders, though. No. Sorry, man. That deal wasn't really useful to me. Not sure why you offered it, to tell you the truth. Okay, progress towards civil service has advanced considerably. Let's go ahead and swap places here. Fire on these archers with those. And then I can fire on just those guys for now, but that's enough for me. I'll move these guys there. So thankfully Thebes was not able to fire on me because of all of that terrain difference. You guys will fortify up, as will... I don't want to move them in just yet. We'll have them stay fortified. And yeah, you fortify too. Okay, entertainment complex in Rome. You could build it... Yeah, I'll just build it right there. Be done in 5 turns. In production focus would still be 5, so let's keep you on food focus. So we can start moving towards that wonderful, wonderful wonder. And definitely have that legion heal up. Okay, so this is Russia's territory. I need to keep the scout going this way, because again, we're not going to find goody huts over here.
Here, the dark brown
Nice.
amorphous basalt.
So we've got Giant's Causeway. Right, so here's Glasgow. England doesn't look like they've expanded too far. Catholicism is extending its reach. Ooh, Enopons is actually... And Praga have been... I'm going to need to start an Inquisition soon. We have temples now, so we can train apostles. Probably need to do that so I can improve my religion as soon as possible. Alright, he's willing to cede Pella, but I am not willing to make peace with him yet. I'm going to conquer him. That's just going to happen. Because we need to keep moving. It's already 1220 BC. We don't have a whole lot of time. And turn 140 for that matter. Not playing with turn limits.
Normal people believe that
Nice.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Alright, so that's the Bath District, which is unique to Rome, and the Catapult. So that's handy. Let's go ahead and go for... these are both tempting. Crossbowmen? Yeah, let's do crossbowmen next. Having an advanced... We're relying so much on our archers, I want to be able to improve them in whatever way that I can. Bath District would be nice, but before I do that, let's train another trader. Because we need to have... We actually have 5 trade route capacity now, because our harbor finished. Alright, this spearman... Definitely a lot of religious activity happening at the moment. Why can't that... Oh, it's a hill and a forest, so they can't move. Yeah, these religious units are actually blocking me from doing anything about what's happening here. Let's plunder that trade route, get some gold from it. And let's see about that apostle, shall we? Yep, 300 faith. So that's our first apostle, and we will improve our religion with that. And we're actually getting a good amount of faith per turn. Alright, so what are our trade routes right now? Enopons to Pella. Let's go ahead, and now that the harbor's done in Corrales, let's get this trader down in Corrales first. And then I guess we'll take... I guess the next best city to take would be Budapest. I guess that's the right move. So let's go ahead and start moving in that direction. You guys can heal up for a little bit. You definitely need to heal up for a little bit. As do you. I'm not going to have a use for this quadrireme until we're ready to attack Thebes. But I'll go ahead and move them back to Roman territory so they're safe. Actually, let's use them to scout down here first. That's the smarter thing to do. Here's Iceland up here. And I'm going to let this turn cycle here, and then we'll see what Alexander does. Ah, Thebes finally counterattacks. Well, don't worry, you should counterattack, because I'm about to burn you to the ground. They've got a holy site district in Thebes, but I don't care. That city's going to die. I want Brundisium men. Then we can build Athens there. We can. And it can be on top of stone. So we can still have a city in the area, just one tile further over. Alright, this apostle needs to evangelize belief. I'll try not to forget about my other apostle, because I sometimes do. Religion. Choose a belief. Stewardship would be pretty good. Science and gold, because we're playing pretty wide. Plus one military. That's let's go for stewardship because that's going to give us a science bonus in addition to other things. So we have one more benefit we can get after that. Let's go for a lighthouse. Let me go through this turn really quickly, then I'll stop. Ancient walls and Icosium would be nice, but we're not under threat there right now, so just go ahead and build a watermill and keep on chugging. Repair the monument in Pella. So these guys are going to take a little bit of a beating as they get into position, but we need to move on Bucharest. It needs to happen. Yeah, let's keep them fortified there on that road for now. All right, Corrales, very good. I need yeah, Rome looks like the best trade route unless we wanted more gold. In which case we'd go with Pella. Yeah, trade with Pella instead. A little bit more gold is never a bad thing. Massalia, I'm okay with you having a trade route. You need to grow pretty quickly. So maximum food and production, I'd say Rome is probably the best. Yeah, you trade with Rome. Now we have 3 of our 5 trade routes set up. Okay, gonna let this turn cycle and then we'll see where we go from here in future episodes. Yes, please, give my units more experience as I prepare to continue attacking your empire. You're helping me, Alexander. You are only helping me. He's being smart. He's trying to target the spearmen where he can. And the archers. The spearman's actually needs a little bit of help. Should be able to finish this Thyroid from this attack. Oh, wait, not quite. Oh, yep, there we go. I was wrong. So that Hataro unit's gone, and that unit might level up. Perfect. So they are going to try and send up additional unit up that road, which is what I was hoping they would do. We need some catapults, I think, before we attack anything farther. But I've got some gold to do that, most likely. So let's see if we can purchase one in Pella. 360 gold, so we're not quite there, actually. Great person. Great general. Perfect! Medieval and Renaissance era land units. Okay, that's not going to help us too much yet, but we can form a core out of a military land unit if we use El Cid, so we're going to use that. We're definitely going to use that. Where's our highest level legion? You're about to become a core. Let's actually transfer him to Pella. And then let's see what we can do. All right, I've got to stop this one here. Let me do these promotions really quickly, but let's give you Battle Cry, and I think that's it for promotions. Yeah, we're just going to keep everyone else fortified. But yeah, in the next one, we're going to give this level 2 Legion, he's going to become a core, and that'll make it even easier to take the rest of Alexander's territory, because we're going to have a freaking core in the classical era. We're almost in the medieval era, too, so we're going to pay attention to... we're going to keep focusing on Budapest. We're going to get Bucharest, Thebes in the next episode. I think we might even be able to get all 3 if we're lucky, because I'm starting to spread out and get a little bit more. Maybe that's a little bit too ambitious to say, but I would like to try and hit those as quickly as possible. And then we'll continue expanding in this direction once some of these other districts and specialty buildings are done. We're going to be able to build the Colosseum in Rome pretty soon too, so stay tuned for that because that'll be awesome. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at noon Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.